In this video, I'm going to show you how to access and set up the Stake Leadership Documents shared folder. Here I am in my Google Drive, and this is my church email address and my church Google Drive. And you can see that I have a special folder set up here. It's set to be a shared folder. That's why it's got this symbol here of a person on top of this folder. Notice the name of this shared folder. It's 1-Stake Leadership Documents. I named it with a 1 at the front so that if you're alphabetizing your folders in Google Drive, it will show up at the top, even though it starts with an S. Really quickly, let me show you some of the benefits of having a shared Stake folder. If I double click on this folder, I can see some of the key documents for Stake Leadership. And there's going to be more added to this in the future. But right now we have some High Council assignments information here. We have the Ward Conference plan here. And these 4 items here are each double clickable. So you could double click on any of these, let's say the Ward Conference plan, and it would open up and give you information that you're looking for. Now, a few of you watching this video, namely the Stake Presidency and maybe 1 or 2 others, may have editing rights for the documents in the Google Drive. So if you do have those editing rights, you can click and make changes as needed. Now just know that as you make these changes, they're automatically saved, and the changes will be in effect for everyone, not just you. That's one of the nice things about using Google Drive is you can have shared documents and spreadsheets and folders. And so this is a shared document. Everyone in Stake Leadership that has editing rights can make changes. So you just need to be aware of that if you're one of those that has editing rights. So I changed some of the information. It's instantly saved. I don't ever have to click save. It'll just take care of it for me because I'm working within Google Docs, which is part of Google Drive. Okay, now that I'm done working with this document, I'll X out of it and I'm back in the Stake Leadership Documents folder. Now, in addition to these 4 documents or this spreadsheet, we do have a couple of subfolders, and I may change some of these and maybe put this subfolder inside this subfolder, something like that. But for now, what can you do with these? Well, just double click on one of them to jump inside that subfolder, and you'll find even more information. So I could double click this to learn about some stake conference notes and work that we're doing. It opens up in Google Sheets. This is a spreadsheet tool. And similar to Google Docs, if I have editing rights, I can click to make changes. I don't have to save. When I'm done, I can X out of it. Okay, now it looks like I'm kind of stuck within the Stake Conferences subfolder. But that's okay. If you look just to the left of the Stake Conferences title here, there's Stake Leadership Documents. I can double click on that and it takes me back to that folder. And then if I click on Drive, it takes me back to my overall Google Drive. Okay, so I hope you can see some of the benefits of having a shared Google Drive folder. We can keep all of our most important documents in this folder and share it with each other. Let's look now at how to set this up in your own Google Drive. And to do this, I'm going to go to a new tab. You don't necessarily need to do this with me, but I'm just going to go to this tab. And here I am on google.com. Of course, I could click here to search Google for information that I'm looking for, but also notice in the upper right corner that I am signed in to one of my Google accounts. So Google recognizes me. Because of that, I can click up here in the URL search bar, and I could type in drive.google.com, tap enter, and it takes me to my Google Drive. Now, just to be clear, this is a different Google Drive than my church Google Drive. I want you to see what it's like. If you don't already have access to this shared drive, how would you get it? And so, just to be clear, this is a separate Google account that I have. And let's pretend like I've been invited by the Stake Presidency to have access to this Google Drive. What would I do? Okay, so by typing in drive.google.com, it took me to my Google Drive. Another way to get to the same place is to go here. If you're on a Google service of just about any kind, you should see this Google Apps symbol, and you can click on it and then choose Drive, and that will take you to this same basic view that we looked at a few seconds ago. Now that I'm in my Google Drive, I can go here to the left and click on Shared with Me. Anytime someone shares a document or a folder with you, it should, at least temporarily, show up here in the Shared with Me area. So with that clicked, I can see that here it is. the Stake Leadership Documents shared folder that was shared by me from my other Google account. Here it is. And I can double click on that to open it up and use it. Now you may be thinking, okay, great, I'm all set up. I don't need to do anything else. And that's true. You could just always go to Shared with Me to access this folder, but it's going to get harder and harder for you to find and access as you use Google Drive. So I want to recommend that all of you find the shared folder and go over here to the right and click on these three dots and choose Organize. So this shared folder that I've shared with you, you can organize it and add it to your own Google Drive. So I'm going to choose Add Shortcut, and in my case, I'm going to click All Locations and choose My Drive and click Add. Now that that's done, I can just go to my own Google Drive in this other account that I have, and look, there is the Stake Leadership Documents shared folder. And I can double click on it to look at it and see all the documents. If I have edit rights and I change any of the information in these documents, everybody else will also see those changes. Now, because I've added it to my own Google Drive, I don't ever have to go back to Shared with Me in order to find the shared folder. It's just in my Google Drive, there it is, and I can double click to open it and access the documents and use them. Now, when I set up this Google Drive and shared it with you, I just used the email addresses that I had on file. And so if you try going to Google Drive and you can't see the shared folder in the Shared with Me area, it may be because I shared it with the wrong email address or something like that. So you might want to go to your email, check the inbox and see if there's a message from me. If there's not, look for something like this, All Mail, and there you should find it. So here it is, Shared Folder with You. It's got the name of the folder and a short message from me, and it should have a link to that shared folder. So again, it's not really necessary to go to your email and look for this message. I would only worry about that if in Google Drive you go to Shared with Me and you don't see the Stake Leadership Documents shared folder. So hopefully this video has helped you and will continue to help you to get set up using the Google Drive Stake Leadership Documents shared folder. I'm going to also make a video for people who use Google Drive on an iPad or smartphone. But for now, hopefully you found this to be helpful. Let me know if I can help you in any way as we start using this Google Drive shared folder more.